Hello everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and today I am back with my Owls 2020 TBR. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you'd like to see more, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you'll be alerted when I post new content. Let's get into this video though, because I am so excited to finally be participating in the Owls, the Magical Readathon. I have been loving this readathon ever since I discovered it last year. I was never able to really participate in the actual Owls and Newts when they were going on during the time of the readathon, but I did catch up on my years 1 and 2 Owls and Newts so that I would be able to start with year 3 with everybody else, and I'm so pumped for this. If you don't know what the Magical Readathon is, it is hosted by G over at Book Roast. I will link her channel down below, and I'll also put it in one of these corners with a little card so that you can go and check her out, because she is absolutely amazing and she puts so much work into these readathons, making them very just fun and engaging, and I just love them. I think she does such a great job. Sitting on my scarf. So just the basics of how this readathon works. It is centered around the Owls and Newts exams that are taken at Hogwarts in your 5th and 7th years. The Owls we will take in April, and then the Newts in August. And the prompts are associated with the different classes that you could be sitting an owl for. This year, the career that I am wanting to go for is spellmaker, and I think this career is perfect for me. I love the aspect of it that has the research and the study and the experimentation and just kind of figuring out how spells works, how to test out new spells, and then how to stop other spells, the old spells, from changing and mutating and becoming dangerous. I think this is just going to be a really exciting career, even though I don't actually get to do it, but hey, I can always pretend, right? So the OWLs that are necessary for me to achieve this goal is going to be Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Astronomy, Charms, Divination, and History of Magic. So I have to read 6 books in order to complete my Owls to move on to my Newts to become a spellmaker. Now each of these classes has a prompt that goes along with it. So for the first one, which is Ancient Runes, this year we are going to be studying the Heart Rune. So you have to read a book that has a heart on the cover or has heart in the title. And this one is a little bit of a stretch for me, but I am going to be reading Crier's War by Nina Varela, and this is the heart that I am going with for this book. It counts because I think it does. This book is about a society where they invented these they call them autome, but I believe they are somehow created beings, and then these autome end up taking over the world, and humans are actually now the servants to these autome. There's a girl who is trying to murder the heir to the throne of the autome, who is called Lady Crier, but I believe they kind of end up having a slow burn romance happen here. It's a female-female romance. I am really excited to get into this book. I've heard great things about it, and this is going to be fulfilling my Ancient Runes prompt. The next subject that I must complete an owl for is Arithmancy, and for this we are going to be studying the magical properties of 2. So we have to read a book that is outside of our favorite genre, and my favorite genre is, not unlike most of the people participating in this readathon, fantasy. And so I have to read anything that's not fantasy. I actually let my husband pick out the book for this prompt, and he was extremely excited about it. And he decided that I am going to be reading The Theory of Everything by Stephen Hawking. I don't have any idea what this book is about, except probably something science related, because I know Stephen Hawking is an amazing scientist and he has a lot of theories about the universe and the way things work. So this should be something very interesting for me. It's a nonfiction, which I don't read very often, and it's not super long, so I think that even if it's not something I'm really into, that it'll be okay because it's pretty short. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be interesting, and it'll be outside of my comfort zone, so a little different. The next owl that I'm going to be sitting is Astronomy, and this one is going to be associated with night classes, of course, because, you know, the night sky. And for this prompt, we need to read a book mostly during the night or when it's dark outside. which means I can pretty much read any book I want. It's not a super specific prompt. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm probably going to switch up this book. I'm probably going to change it. I'm going to just mood read for this one. But I did pick out a book that I think I would like to read for it, and that is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I know that this book is about a futuristic world where they burn books. And that's really all I know. I know it's a classic. I know it has a lot of deep societal kind of commentary going on in here. So I think it'll be really interesting to read, to think about what is going on in this. I know some people love it, some people just really can't get into it, but it's not super long either, so that should be okay. And since it's fairly short, I think it'll be pretty easy to read the majority of it in the dark or at nighttime. The next class that I'm going to be sitting is Charms, and this one, the charm that we are going to be focusing on is Lumos Maxima, the light making prompt, or the light making spell, and the prompt that goes along with this is to read a book with a white cover. And for that, I chose Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I have really been meaning to read this trilogy for a long time, and I've just never gotten around to it, so I am very excited to be able to read this book during the Magical Readathon, during the Owls. This is about a girl whose family is killed, and she goes to school to become an assassin so that she can get revenge for their deaths. I have heard that it is a very polarizing book. Some people absolutely love it, some people really hate it. It has footnotes, which kind of throw some people off. And also the writing style is pretty unique and a little flowery. So I am hoping I am in the group of people that absolutely love it, because it seems like it should be a book that would be one I would enjoy. So the next class that I'm going to be sitting an owl for is Divination. And this one, we are going to be using our third eye. So the prompt that goes along with this is we need to make a TBR and then use a random number generator to pick which of those books on that TBR we're going to read. And I actually did this already. I should have filmed myself doing it. I don't know why I didn't, but the book that ended up being picked doing that random number generator is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel, I think is how you say that name. This book, I believe, is a sci-fi book, and it has to do with a girl who found this giant thing, this giant almost robot looking hand, and then it goes down the road and they're trying to figure out what happened, how this hand came to be, how it is so much more advanced than our society and our technology. So I have heard really good things about this as well. I know G from Book Roast, who is hosting this readathon, absolutely loves this book, so I thought it was kind of fitting to throw it into this readathon, and luckily it got picked by the number generator. So it's told in a kind of different format. I think it's a lot interview style, so it's a nice little breakup too. I like to have different books on these TBRs for these readathons, just to kind of break things up a little bit. The next class that I'm going to be sitting an owl for is History of Magic. And for this class, we are going to be focusing on witch hunts. And the prompt for this is read a book with witches or wizards in it. For this one, I chose The Queens of Innis Lear by Tessa Gratton. I have no idea really what this book is about, except that obviously, it kind of goes along with Shakespeare's King Lear. But I read the first line in this book, and the first line in it has wizard. So I'm guessing this book has at least wizards in it, so it's going to qualify for this prompt. It is a very thick book. It's over 500 pages, and I don't really know a whole lot about it. I don't really know anyone who's read it, so I don't know if it's a good book, if it's something I'm going to enjoy or not. But if I don't like it, I can always DNF it and read Harry Potter instead. And the last class that I'm going to be sitting an owl for is Transfiguration. And for this class, we are going to be studying shapeshifting. So the prompt is to read a book that has shapeshifting in it, or the series has shapeshifting in it. So I guess that book in particular doesn't have to have it, as long as somewhere in the series it exists. And for that, I chose The Night Tiger by Yangtze Choo. This book, I believe, has men that shapeshift into tigers, if I'm not mistaken. I know that this book kind of follows Asian folklore, and there are two main people that we are following, I believe. One of them is a girl who discovers a mirror world full of secrets, and one of them is a boy who is hunting down, I believe, the finger of his master so he can return it to his body and to be buried with it so that he can find his way to the afterlife. And somehow these stories connect. I have heard great things about it. It was a Reese Witherspoon book club pick, and I think she usually tends to pick really good books. So I think this should be amazing. I'm excited to read it. I have honestly not heard a lot about it on BookTube, but I just could be not watching the right videos. And that is my full TBR for my OWLS year 2020, year 3. I might also potentially do one of the extra things that G has added on, like learning folk language, I don't know, learning Mermish, or learning Animagus training, or one of those things if I get through my TBR early enough. But I just have no idea what my next month is going to be like, so I'm not going to commit myself to that yet. If you are participating in the OWLS, let me know down below what career you are going for, because I am really excited to hear about other people's TBRs for this. If you have a video showing your TBR, link it down below so I can see it as well. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button and then the bell icon, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!